Hey everybody, happy Friday. Today I got a package in the mail and I've been waiting for this I've been meaning to do a review for this for a while, but I actually just ordered the package one day earlier this week. I think it was Monday. So this is going to be an unboxing and I'll give you my first initial impressions of it and we'll kind of go through it. I've never seen one of these. My cousin has one of these, and if you've clicked on this video, you obviously know what it is. So let's get this open and see what we got. Actually, I don't need a knife for this. It actually has a pull right here. This is the Streamlight TLR-7. It's their new compact weapon light, 500 lumens. You can see how it's packaged right here. It does come with a battery. It uses one CR123A battery. I do like that better than the M-Force APLC. It uses a little odd battery off the top of my head. I can't remember what it is. It's like a 3N or something. I can't remember. I'd have to look at it. This is machined aluminum, where the M-Force is made out of some kind of polymer. And I've heard some people have some issues with the polymer on the past ones, but I've not heard much wrong with the APLC. I've not had any issues with mine. It's got ambidextrous operation. Safe off feature. My cousin was telling me you turn the head and you actually feel it click a little bit to lock it out, which I'll probably never lock it out unless I'm storing it somewhere to carry it. Kit includes to security fit a broad range of weapons, fast, safe, adjustable, secure side mounting. It's an IPX7 waterproof. It only weighs 2.4 ounces. The operating range temperature is -40 to 120 degrees, which I'm hoping I'm never in either one of those. If it's one of the two, I hope I'm in the 120. I'm not a cold weather person. And it has a limited lifetime warranty. So like I said before, it has 500 lumens. It has a 1.5 hour runtime. It does have a strobe, which I will turn off. I'm not a big strobe person, so I will actually turn that off. Pull this out. It has a little light right here. It does come with the different little mounts on it. I'm not sure which one's on it, but I'm going to guess it's one for a Glock because that's what most people use these lights for. Got your little E-clips that go on the spring-loaded side so the screw don't come all the way out. We'll put those on later. If you've ever had a Streamlight, that's a common little piece, and it comes with a tool to put them on with. Of course, you get your instruction manual. It tells you right here which ones to put the mounts on. So actually, for models on the Glock up to a Gen 4, use the Universal 1, and 17 and 19 Gen 5s use the 1913 one. So here we have a unloaded, let me drop the magazine, nothing the magazine, it's unloaded Gen 4 Glock. I'll do a review of this later. It does have a different trigger in it and sights. I'll do a review of this later, but just know it is a Gen 4. We'll pop this out of the bag. We'll almost drop it. Here's what you got. Comes with a little decal here. See, it says face cap tight equals run, unscrew to detent, safe. So I'll just take that off because I don't want a red decal on my. See how easy it is to get off, first of all. Problem is I just cut my fingernails a little while ago and I have no fingernails. Ah, there we go. Comes right off, no big deal. So you unscrew the head here. I did feel that little detent while I was unscrewing it. I see what my cousin means there. I'm gonna make sure I get the battery in correctly. So yeah, there's usually a light. Most batteries will have the positive side towards the front, some of them don't. And actually this is the one that has the battery or the positive side towards the back, so I'm glad I didn't just stick it in there. Screw it on all the way down. Yeah, there's a little detent right there that stops it. And it's supposed to be locked out, and it is locked out. Screw it down all the way tight. There we go. And if you hold it down for just a second and let go, it's on momentary. If you click it fast, it stays on. So let's just see. I'll put that, like I said, I'll put the little E-clips on it here after a while after the video. I mean, it's not a big deal to put the E-clip on it. So This does have the correct rail on it for the Glock I'm using. So we'll just tighten this down. See how it works. As you can see here, it does sit flush with the front of the gun. As you can see here, you can't see any of the light. It sits perfectly level with the slide. It's not bad. I do have to say I prefer the paddles on the Enforce to this. This is more probably streamlined. I'll do a comparison of the two. Probably tomorrow I'll do some beam comparisons of several different lights that I own for weapon mounted lights in the future also. But just my initial impression, it's not bad by no means, but I do think it's more intuitive to hit the paddles on the Enforce. Not saying this is bad. This is probably going to be my new carry light. Streamlight makes a really good product. I have a lot of faith in their products. I have several Streamlight lights, whether it be on ARs or whether it be on pistols. So if you've watched my other videos, you've seen a TLR-1 HL that I own. So this is probably going to be my main carry light as soon as I can get a holster for it. The 500 lumens is probably far superior to the Enforce's 200 lumens, and I want all the lumens I can get. So, and it is on there very, very solid. I didn't even tighten it down really tight, and it's on there it's rock solid. It's not coming off. I did talk to Stealth Gear about holsters for this light. And I called them yesterday because, as you all know, Stealth Gear is my holster of choice. I highly recommend if you carry inside the waistband. I do not recommend carrying appendix. I know a lot of you probably do, and I'm not, saying don't do that. I'm saying be very, very careful if you do. If you've not heard the story, I have a cousin that lives over in North Carolina, and he had a buddy that accidentally shot himself in the femoral and bled out before anybody could get to him in his own driveway. And you might say negligence, and you might say this, and I don't know what happened there. I wasn't there to see it. If I was, and maybe if I'd had my tourniquet, I could have helped save his life, but I wasn't there. And accidents happen. We're human. We are all human. There's not one of us that will not have an accident at some point in time in their life, and it only takes one accident carrying appendix to where you may not be here tomorrow to see your family. I used to carry appendix before that happened, and after that happened, I realized that, it just takes one accident. Your shirt get hung up in the trigger and accidentally pull. I mean, I know you're supposed to clear your shirt very well, and I did all that. Your holster, if certain kinds of holsters could get up in your trigger guard, I have heard of people getting holsters up in here and accidentally firing their weapons. Usually that's a 4 o'clock leather holster or something like that. But the point I'm getting at is, if you obey the 4 firearm safety rules, and one of them is never point your muzzle at anything you're not willing to destroy, and I'm not willing to destroy anything my muzzle is pointing at whenever I carry appendix. That's my soapbox. I'll get off of it now. If you want to carry that way, more power to you. But I will not carry that way. So Stealth Gear is my #1 holster of choice. It is very, very comfortable. The padding on the side of it is excellent. It's very comfortable to carry all day long. I have a Stealth Gear review. Please go back and watch that. The people at Stealth Gear are very, very nice. They're molding a holster for this as we speak, and they're going to email me whenever they get that holster done, and I'm going to try to get a hold of one of those so I can do a review of that holster as well for this light. I cannot wait to get a holster for this. I really, really like this light. I like that it's made of aluminum. Like I said, the only thing that is getting me is the paddles. I mean, they're not bad. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad, but they're just not quite as good as the Enforce. But that being said, you can reach it with your trigger finger or your thumb support hand. Either way, you can reach it. You can reach it with if you're left-handed, you can reach it either way. Or if you're shooting, weak hand, if you get injured with one hand, you can actually turn it on and off with one finger, your trigger finger, so you can do one-hand manipulations with it and still use your light. Not a big deal. The light, like I said, is rock solid on the gun. My initial impression of this is it's going to be my new carry light. It's just there's not a lot of people got holsters for these yet. That was one of the main reasons that I didn't order this sooner. I did contact Streamlight about this. They would not sell me one directly or put me on a waiting list or anything like that, so I could get one way early. And then when they become available, I don't know, it just didn't have holsters available, so I didn't rush to buy the light. My cousin did. I told him they had them in stock, and he bought one as soon as I told him. And he was telling me how good it was, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and buy one just to check it out. And I wanted to do a review for you all to show you what I thought about it. And I'm glad I ordered this, and I'm really glad that but Stealth Gear USA is in current production or in current molding for this light. I'm really looking forward to carrying this. I'll have to put the other one of these little adapters on, the 1913-1. It'll be this adapter right here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see here. This one right here. For my Gen 5, as you all know, I carry a Gen 5 Glock 19. So I'll have to put that on it. I've not decided if I'm going to upgrade my trigger in my Gen 5 yet. I do really like these triggers. My favorite trigger right now is Agency Arms, and I'm sure I'm sure I could put that in it and carry it, and I very well might, but I shoot the Gen 5 just fine with the stock trigger in it, so I may not even mess with it. A lot of people talk about legalities of replacing your triggers. If it's I feel like if it's a justified defensive shooting, you probably don't have too much to worry about. That's just me thinking. I'm not telling you to trade out your trigger and then say, hey, that guy, gear runner, told me that I could do this. No, I'm not a lawyer. This is just my point of view. If you have, any worries about it, I say do not do it. But, the way I look at it is, if I pull my firearm in a self-defense situation and I have to use it, it didn't matter if I had an Agency Arms trigger in it, if I had a Glock trigger in it, or if I rigged up a Smith & Wesson trigger and put in a Glock. If I had to use it to save my life or my family's life, it didn't matter what trigger was in it. That's going to be my argument. I might lose, but that would be my argument if I carried one that had this. Right now, I do not. I carry a stock trigger, so, it is what it is. You have to make up your own mind whether you want to do that or not. I know a lot of people that do carry different triggers, but that's just something you're going to have to make up on your own. Initial impressions, like I said, love the light, love how close it is, love that you can't see anything when you look at it from top down. It is perfectly the same width as a Glock 19. The reason I really liked the N-Force so much when I got it was because I've carried bigger lights inside the waistband, and they're really big and cumbersome, and you can feel them. I can't even tell I have these small lights on. And when you talk about 500 lumens, it washes out the camera. 200 lumens would have washed out this camera too, but 500 lumens, I mean, that's a lot of light. And, back in the day, 200 lumens was a ton of light on old Surefires and stuff. And then they came out with the newer Surefire lights. And like the Ultra now has, 500 or 600 lumens? I'm not even sure. I actually have an Ultra, but it was on an X300 body because my lens came loose and I sent it back to Surefire. And when they sent it back to me, they'd put an Ultra head on it instead of a regular X300 head. But the X300, 300 lumens, 500 and this little bitty light was more than what those had on it. And those were a lot of lumens back in the day. So lights have come a long way. And if you're looking for a compact weapon light, I think this is going to be the ticket. So far, I would highly recommend this light. It seems well built. My cousin's had his now for 2 or 3 weeks. He's had zero issues with it, zero malfunctions. I don't think I will either. And with the no BS warranty that Streamlight has, wouldn't matter if you did, you could send it back and they'd fix it. The only problem you're gonna have for a little while is finding a holster for it. So you may have to wait a couple weeks to do that. I'm sure there's holster companies making this, but like I said, I recommend Stealth Gear. They're the best holster I've found so far. So, you know, it may be a few weeks before they get one out for sale, but as soon as they do, as soon as they contact me, I'll let you guys know that they've got them available on their website, and hopefully I can get my hands on one early and do a review of it and show you how it fits and everything. But this is my first unboxing and initial impression of the Streamlight TLR-7. I bought this with my own money. They did not give me this or any discount. Actually, being a YouTuber for only about 2 months now, I don't even think about asking for stuff like that or discounts. I'm just now getting used to asking for stuff like that. And I have had a couple companies that are willing to work with me. Stealth Gear is one of those companies. They said they might be able to work with me. And there's another company that I'm fixing to order a product for to do a review with all, and they said they could possibly give me a discount code for you. So hopefully I can save you some money on this product. I'll still be paying for that product, but they are giving me a discount. Hopefully they give you a discount code. It seems like a pretty neat product. I'm not going to tell you what it is until I get it in, but I'll do a review of that. But first impressions, I give this a thumbs up. It seems like a great light. It's crazy solid. Like I said before, recommend it. Sorry to put this at the end, but I took it back off the Gen 4 because I'm gonna put it on the Gen 5 eventually. So, you know, no need to leave it on the Gen 4 if I'm not gonna use it on that. So I want to show y'all something. So here's the little pieces you have to change out. And since I have to use the 1913-1, I think it was, yeah, Gen 5's take a 1913-1. So the 1913-1 is right here. Just break it off the little tree like that. Then you unscrew this screw right here. The one good thing about this is it has knurling on it. I don't know if you, yeah, there we go, and get a picture of it right there. When you're unscrewing it from the firearm, we'll stick it back on there for a second. Actually, I got to unscrew it a little bit because it won't fit. So when you're unscrewing it from the firearm, you can actually get into it like this right here and turn it. There's actually an indentation here. So you can turn it with your thumb and unscrew it and take it right off. So you don't have to use, you know, a coin or a screwdriver or whatever to get it all the way off. But what you do is you unscrew this all the way, like so. You pull it out. There's a little spring on the end of it. Well, if I can get it, there we go. And the other side just, you know, pulls right out like that. Then you take this piece out like so, just the one that was in it that goes on the Gen 4. Stick the new one back in. Replace this piece. There's 2 little holes right there. There's 2 little tabs on this piece. They just go in that hole. Make sure your springs on this. Mine fell off and I set it down. Slide it back through the hole. It will then go through this little tab here, which is what secures it onto the light so it doesn't come back off. Screw this all the way in, and when you get it all the way screwed in, there'll be a little groove right here, which is really, really hard to see. It won't focus, but trust me, there's a little groove on it. They send you this little bag right here. I told you we'd do this later, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it on camera just to show y'all how to do it. Like I said, sorry it's at the end, but I would have done it earlier, but I wasn't even thinking I had to change this out for the Gen 5. So I probably just won't put this on a gun until I get my holster for the Gen 5. Then they have these tiny, tiny little bitty E-clips. They are so small. And what you do is, you set this on this flat. Well, if I dropped it. You set it on here flat. Well, if I can get this like that right there, just flat on the side. Then, there's one it says insert on one side, and one that says remove on one side. So use the insert one and just click it on. I don't know if you heard that click, but now it's on like that right there. When you unscrew your light now, you can unscrew it all the way and it will actually stop. And when it stops, you're far enough that it'll come off the weapon. So then you just screw it back down tight. that's a cool little feature. I like how that means you can't, you know, it'd be harder, not that you can't, but it'd be harder to lose your screw that way in your spring. So I think, you know, they do that on all their lights. I really like that. You can see right there, it has that little bitty O-ring. I think that's a good feature. But I want to show y'all how to change out that plate since I had to do it right now anyway. So I guess again, we'll see you next time, and have a good day.